Hello musicians, today we are going to add to our spirituals with Swing Low. Now I don't believe I've done this one. I looked back in my videos and didn't totally check carefully, but I'm pretty sure that I haven't done this one because I think I've done I'll Fly Away and Amazing Grace. So this is Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, and the chart is in the description box. I've tuned up my instrument. I do have the low G on this one, which is not anything that you need to have. So let's just make sure that we're enjoying our playing, so relaxing, just checking in, make sure that your shoulders are nice and dropped. Do that deep breath in, and we are in the key of C, and again, just a little refresher after we will set ourselves up with the positioning and so on. But just in terms of why do we play so much in the key of C? Well, the instrument is basically tuned for the notes of a C chord, except for the A, so then you change, and there's reasons for that, but it's just the simplest and the most popular chord in Western music being the C major chord. You basically have to just change the A note by these 3 half steps, putting that into a C pitch, and then there you are. So that's this is called a C-tuned ukulele, which are now the most commonly tuned ones. What else? Okay, so tuned up, as I said, and let's do our vocal warm-up. So again, I keep it quite brief, but you can do more of this because your notes are in tune on your instrument. You can do that with piano or any other handy instrument like that. Just singing that C note. La. And then an E, so listening first. This is your ear training. So you can close your eyes. La. And then we're jumped down to the low G. La. And then up to the A. La. So just sort of a random order there. So you can jump around. Let's do just C to E. So that's a C note and then 2 steps up to an E note, open string. So la, 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 la. And like I said, you can do any other fretted note and just try and sing it after listening. You know, that's an A note there, right? So that's low compared to the A up here. La, la. All right, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. Now this is what's referred to as traditional. So it's got that 1-4-5, meaning C is the big shot, it's number 1, and then it uses the 4, C, D, E, F, and we love those intervals. We're very conditioned to hear those put together, so that's why they're showing up so often in the music that you're playing. So once you learn those and you jump up to the F and you've got your pathway sorted out, you're going back to C. Now in this song, it does have a pickup note. I didn't write that because I want people to start to mark up their own charts. But if we figured out, okay, where's the pickup note? Remember, we start to count. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, swing. So your pickup note would be, the melody would start on the beat of 4, right? So it's swing low. And you see in the chord there, the word swing precedes the chord, so giving you a little bit of a hint, and then low right on that C. Sweet 1, 2, 3, 4. So on that first line, you've got a pickup note, then you've got a bar of C, so 4 counts in the time signature of 4/4. So 1, then only 2 beats on the F, 1 and 2 on the C. 1, 2, now G7, let's count, 1, 2, 3, swing. So the word swing, even though it's on the next line, is that 4th beat of that previous G7 bar, so you're still on a G7. Swing low, 2, 3, 4. Here's our 2 beats again on F. Chariot, come and go to carry me home. Okay, so at the end I'm going to talk a little bit about how to put this into the key of G using the 1-4-5, just to keep moving us forward. So this is a simple song. So if you wanted to work on the shuffle strum, right, this is a good one to do it. And if you don't want to do it in the song, just sit and spend a bit of time on the C chord, just going down, up, loose wrist. Don't move here, move the wrist. And this pays off over time. So I think that's all the holding. So we're just checking in, we're sitting up relaxed, and we've got this forearm pulling in the 2 different movements, loose but firm here, angled, thumb behind the 2nd fret space. We know all these terms if you've followed through the lessons. So it does get a bit repetitive, but I always try and repeat because it gets good habits ingrained in us, right? Oh, and so before I start off, also just a wee pep talk, because I've been doing this in my classes, is that people get discouraged, and so a couple of things in order to, I may have said this in other videos, but just to encourage yourself to pick up your instrument, you can do certain things. For example, just put on any song, but one that you might want to play ukulele to, and then you'll probably be able to find the chord chart by just putting the title in your search bar with a ukulele chord, those 2 words, ukulele chords, and the title of the song. Somebody's probably made a chart for it. Might not always be able to be within your ability level, but that's okay. It gets you interested in playing and working on it. So I tend to be a consistent practicer. I like playing, I like practicing. I have a lot of different instruments that I enjoy playing. So for me, it's not a problem, but I understand for some people, it can be a tough thing to overcome, you know, and so I always say, well, whatever you do, wherever your energy flows is where you're going to be improving. So, you know, you can look at your 12-hour day and figure out where you're putting that energy, and then assign some to something like this instrument that you want to improve on, and set a goal of a year from now, you know, and just keep plugging away with that daily playing. And then you're going to get there. So putting music on that you like and doing that, setting aside the time, and look at your achievements. So when you first began doing this, you probably hadn't got any knowledge, or some of you may had on other instruments, but you've gained a lot of knowledge. And as I said to one woman, reading a chord chart, being able to understand even where the C chord is and keep this going, right? That's a lot of learning right there. So then you just keep building on it, right? And you don't have to do a fancy strum. Always, rhythm is priority. Priority number 1. You can play lots of wrong notes. We don't call them wrong notes. We call them jazz notes. Okay, swing low. I think that's everything. So we're just going to set a learning tempo. 1, 2, 3, swing low. Sweet chariot, coming for to carry me. 1, 2, 3, swing. 1, 2, 2 beats here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and we do it again. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming for to carry me home. Well, I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. I saw a band of angels coming after me, coming for to carry me home. Swing 1, 2, 3, 4, chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 to carry me home. If you get to heaven, babe, I'm just doing down strums. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, make them sweet, and you can make them quiet. Sweet teaches you control. 1 more to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing 1, 2, 2, to the F, back to C, into G7. Now there's one more verse that I like, and it goes, sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down, coming for to carry me home. But I know my soul is heavily bound, coming for to carry me home. You can get jiggy. low, sweet chariot, coming forth. I put a mute in, then swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home, coming for to carry me home. Now, a fun little thing that we do in class is we switch into When the Saints Go Marching In, also in the key of C, but the participants don't know the chords. I tell them that it's 1, 4, 5, right? So same key, and it's the C, the F, the G. So it is, oh, when the saints go marching in. And I could stay on that, but it wouldn't sound the same when the melody marching. And it's G7 that you go to. In, how I long to be in that number when the saints go marching in. So let's just do a little exercise and see that you'll see how the melody line notes have to work with the chords. So when the saints go marching in, 2, 3, 4, 1, oh, and let's say I don't change. Marching in, right? So you know something needs to change. Let's try F. In. Doesn't work. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching. Let's try G7 because we know there's a 4. It didn't work. Now we're going to try the 5. In. There it goes. Right? So what you do notice as a person who's listened to music is when things don't mesh. So trust yourself to be able to hear that because you've been listening to music your whole life and you will know. So that's why we want your ears to be a guide for you. And the other thing I wanted to do before I leave you with this song is transpose it into the key of G, because it's a good exercise to be able to have confidence building and knowing that you can do that. So once we are no longer in the key of C and we've tossed that away and we're going to put a different letter here as number 1, and that letter, when we say the word key and then the alphabetical letter that follows, is going to be G. Now I need to proportionately know what the other chords that tag along with those in terms of 1. We don't need a 2 chord, we don't need a 3 chord, we need a 4. So G, A, B, C, we need a C chord, which we already know how to do. And then after C in the alphabet, D. So if we don't know how to do that, we can just look on a chord chart. It's 3 notes there. So I'm just going to do one little bit of swing low in G. So you start with a G chord. And I got to change my pitch because it's going to set me in a different melody. Swing low, sweet. Now in the song you go to F, so I need to go to C. Then you go back to C. So what's number 1 now? G. Come for to carry me. And it's D7 actually, not D. So we're going to do a D7. Back to the 1 chord, which is now G. Not F, but C. Back to G. Come for to, now the D7. Carry me home. Right, so we've put it into the key of G. And you can just use a pencil to put in brackets above the chords, because once you figure out the first C, F, and G one, you just can copy that into the rest of the song. Okay, I think that's everything. I'm going to be adding fairly soon a 3rd level to our lessons, and that's going to be the intermediate level, so we can do a little bit more tab, note reading, and a little bit more complex chord arrangements, so that we keep building our chord structure and our abilities moving on. Okay, so I might do a couple more of the intermediate level or the advanced beginner level videos, and then I'll try to keep adding to those periodically, same with the beginner level, and then work into that 3rd level so that we have the full series and all of the 3 levels that I like to offer to people. Okay, I will see you on my next video. If you've enjoyed this lesson, please give it a like, share, subscribe, and we will see you on the next video. Bye for now.